Hey everybody, welcome back to Building Up. My name is Tyler, and to celebrate the re-release of Spider-Man No Way Home in theaters last week, today I'll be making Peter Parker's apartment from the end of the movie out of Lego. While I obviously loved the Statue of Liberty battle and the sets Lego eventually made for it, my favorite part of the movie was the ending. And I really enjoy all three of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, but the way No Way Home ended made it feel like he was finally the real Spider-Man. Because now he has a homemade supersuit without any fancy tech from Tony Stark, and his identity is a secret again. Plus, with the help of Tobey and Andrew's Spider-Man, and of course Aunt May, he understands more than ever that with great power there must also come great responsibility. So the finale of No Way Home with Peter's final swing and new apartment to me represents him ultimately becoming the quintessential Spider-Man I've always wanted in the MCU. And knowing me, just based on my room, I decided to make a Lego diorama to represent that awesome finale. So with all that down, let's get into it. I started this project in Bricklink Studio where I digitally designed the apartment build, lost all the progress when my computer crashed, then redesigned it before ordering the parts from Bricklink. And after they all arrived, it was time to get building. At this point, I really should have filmed a time-lapse of me building it for the sake of this video, but I just didn't. So for now, just imagine me throwing pieces together at random like a character in the Lego video games, and you get the gist. But with the whole thing finally put together, here's how it turned out. As you can see, the exterior is mostly dark red bricks with some light gray in the corners, and it sort of reminds me of the Ghostbusters Firehouse set. And since the scene takes place around Christmas time with snow falling as Spidey makes his final swing, I of course covered the roof in snow. But we'll take a closer look up there in just a minute. Starting on this side, I included a little keypad for Peter to unlock his door, as well as some stairs leading up to it. Hanging on the door is a spider web, and I got that sticker from the Beware the Vulture set. Then on either side of the door I put a couple of lights, and off to the left is a missing cat poster just to give this wall some more detail. Turning the whole thing around to the biggest outside wall is this ladder slash fire escape coming down from the roof off to the right side, and in the middle of that wall I added this promotional banner for the Captain America exhibit at the Brixonian Museum, which is an Easter egg referencing the exhibit we see in the Winter Soldier.
Oh man, I am so fired.
And I got that sticker from the modular Sanctum Sanctorum set. Then I added more lights and little American flag builds on either side of that banner to sort of tie into the Captain America cameo here. Turning it around again, on this side you can see I made room for two windows like we see in the real apartment. I put another spiderweb sticker from that same Beware the Vulture set on one of the windows, so maybe Peter is coming home through the window when he's in a rush, which as we know he's notorious for. Continuing the snowy theme, I used these white curved slopes on the outside windowsills and added a couple of icicles as well. In the middle is a little wreath, and you can kind of get a peek at the interior through the windows there, but I'll give you a better look inside in just a second. On this last wall there isn't as much to look at, but I added some light fixtures on each side and some Spider-Man graffiti off to the right. And that sticker comes from the Attack on the Spider Lair set. And since this build is sort of an odd shape, there's this blocky part that I wasn't super happy with, so I ended up covering it with a spiderweb piece and added a transparent blue spider to it, which is sort of a reference to those classic Spider-Man sets. But now let's go ahead and move up to the rooftop. So up here I built a little wall around the perimeter using those same dark red bricks and topped it off with some more snow, and on the floor of the roof, I guess, I'd pretty much just copied some of the builds from that Sanctum Sanctorum set I mentioned earlier, with some AC units and piping, as well as a garden box in this corner with the plants frozen over. Then in this corner I added a little snowman build, so maybe Peter got bored or just needed a break from saving the world. A baby owl is perched on this edge, and that's meant to be a reference to the Hawkeye series on Disney Plus, since the finale for that show is set around the same time. I also added this giant chimney in the corner, which is another build I just copied, and its design comes from the Santa's Visit set, but I went ahead and swapped the dark gray with more dark red to stick with the color scheme here. As you'll see when we head inside, this chimney doesn't actually lead anywhere, but I just felt like this area needed a little more dimension, and I'm overall really happy with it. And you've probably noticed on top of the chimney is a little bird's nest with a hatched egg and some mysterious black tendril coming out, which is of course another reference, this time to Venom now being in the MCU and potentially following Tom Holland's Spidey. And to finish things off up here, I posed the Spider-Man figure from the Daily Bugle set with this newer web piece as he makes his final swing. In my opinion, this minifigure is basically perfect to represent the new suit, even though it wasn't made specifically for that, but I also saw that Firestar Toys recently released their custom figure based on the new suit. I think it looks great, and I did order it as soon as it dropped, but Firestar Toys can take a while to ship, so this figure will do for now. And that's pretty much it up here, so let's finally take a look inside. I designed the roof to just rest on these jumper plates in the corners for easy access to the inside, and it works perfectly. Starting at the door again, there isn't too much to look at here, but off to the left there's a clock on the wall and an umbrella resting against this little desk with a newspaper from the Daily Bugle set. On the other side of the door is another door that opens up to sort of a pantry area, which you could fill with all sorts of things. Moving into the kitchen, I built a little sink with some dishes in it and a soap dispenser on the side. Next to the sink is a fridge with yet another spiderweb sticker from that Beware the Vulture set and a pizza box on top. Then next to that is an oven with a stovetop and pan. And on the wall to the right is a December calendar, and that sticker comes from the Elf Clubhouse set. On the other side of this sort of living room area area, I stacked a few boxes since Peter just recently moved in. The first box here has a sticker from the original Sanctum Sanctorum set that says Pete's Stuff, and I put a camera on top of that. The box on the floor next to it has a Stark Industries sticker from the Civil War airport battle set, so maybe there are some mementos from Tony in there. And on the wall above it is the iconic Rolling Stone magazine cover featuring Tony, and that sticker comes from the Avengers Tower set. Then I stuck a backpack behind the Stark Industries box. Continuing the Christmas theme here, I built this little Christmas tree next to the boxes, and I think it turned out pretty good without taking up too much space. So let's move into the next section inside here, and that is Peter's bedroom. So across from that Christmas tree on this sort of dividing wall is another newspaper from the Daily Bugle that says, "Who is Spider-Man?" Then on this other wall above the bed is this Jaws parody poster, because as we know, Peter is a fan of what he calls really old movies.
Hey guys, you ever seen that really old movie? Empire Strikes Back?
Jesus, Tony, how old is this guy?
I don't know, I didn't carbon date him. He's on the young side.
And I got the sticker for that from the Stranger Things upside down set. Below that is Peter's bed with his mask on the pillow and a police scanner on the other end, both of which we see in the movie. And at the side of the bed I made this dresser / nightstand with a little lamp on top. Moving to the opposite wall, I added a desk with a chair and trash can. And on the desk is Peter's computer with a keyboard, mouse, and pen. Based on the screen there, it looks like he's working on a new picture of Spider-Man in Photoshop to maybe sell to J. Jonah Jameson.
They're crap. Crap. Mega crap. I'll give you $200 for all of them.
And that part also comes from the Daily Bugle set. To the left of the desk is a Chinese takeout box on the ground, and then this bigger lamp in the corner. And on top of the desk hutch is this video game controller to reference the Spider-Man games, and a stack of papers with a drawing of Peter's homemade suit from Homecoming. And that sticker also comes from the first Sanctum Sanctorum set. Then, moving to the last section of this build, up against the windows is this heater and another smaller desk. And on this desk we have the sewing machine Peter uses to make his new suit. To the left is a little reading lamp, and in front of that is a coffee cup to represent the one he kept from MJ. And finally, on the right side of the desk is this dark hooded figure, which is supposed to be the Emperor Palpatine minifigure Peter kept from Ned.
Join me and together we'll build my new Lego Death Star. What?
So lame.
No, wait, that's awesome. How many pieces?
3,803.
That's insane.
I know!
And now that I think about it, that's actually pretty meta, because it's like a mini Lego figure inside of a Lego set, so a little Inception going on there maybe. But that wraps it up for this little apartment tour of sorts, and I can honestly say I'm really proud of this one. But please let me know in the comments below if you would add anything else or do anything different to make it even better. So there you have it guys, my custom design for Peter Parker's apartment. And like I said, No Way Home was back in theaters last week, so hopefully you had a chance to see it on the big screen again. But that'll do it for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. But wait! If you're also a nerd and you want to see more, leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, follow me on my socials, Instagram and TikTok @BuildingUpBricks, and as always, keep building up.